So you've got a to-do list and it's got too much on it and you're feeling frustrated because nothing's getting done and da-da-da. What can you do? Do this. Do something tangible. Look at everything on your to-do list, and if a lot of it is based going through your laptop or your computer system or whatever, but if we're talking emails or developing a spreadsheet or whatever it is, and it's based on that, don't do that. Do something tangible. And that's kind of the reason why we procrastinate and we do the washing and we put that away, or we do the ironing or we vacuum, because something actually feels good out of doing something tangible. Yeah, it's definitely procrastination, but something feels good that comes out of it. So now I'm saying, don't do the stuff on your to-do list that's electronic based. Do something tangible. And you might be thinking, well, hold on, you're suggesting ironing or vacuuming or doing the dishes or something like that? No, I'm not. It can't be anything that's just the normal part of a household rhythm, like, you do daily or possibly once a week. It has to be bigger than that, so once a month. So if you've got some weeding that needs to get done, or a garden that needs to be replanted, or something else relatively big to do that, one of the bigger tasks. But you don't need to do the whole task, because the reason why you haven't done the task now is because it is that big. It's massive. It might be a 10 or 20 or even a 40-hour task. So that might be putting up a retaining wall, putting up a fence, painting the fence, something like that, replanting the whole garden, whatever it is. And you've been putting that off because you know it's a big task. But that's what's going to make you feel good. So put everything on pause, do something tangible, but you don't have to do the whole task. Do the smallest possible part of that task, but just start. Thinking about it might count. So if you're thinking about replanting the garden, and then your smallest possible task is getting a pen and paper, mapping it out in terms of the layout of the garden and planning what's going to go where, yeah, okay, that might do it. But I don't think so in my experience. You need to actually do something. So go and have a look at the garden, have a look at the soil, see do you have to pull out the weeds, or is the soil ready for replanting? Whatever it is, if it's pulling out the weeds, get started on the weeds. You don't have to do all the weeds, but do some. Just start it. And what that will do is make that next step of pulling out all the weeds much easier and way more likely to happen if you pull out some of the weeds now. Or if all the weeds are out, it might mean just getting down to your local nursery, garden shop, and buying seeds or seedlings and planting at least some of them. You don't have to get enough for the whole garden, but it has to be something tangible, and it doesn't have to be big. And then when you've done that, you will feel good about that, because that one big task you've had in the back of your head for ages, you've made a start on it. And the amount of effort it's taking you from thinking about it to making that start will be way bigger, because you've made that start, than the effort it'll take you from that making a start to going further. As long as you don't let it just stagnate. Make a start, think about something you're going to do in the next day on it and the day after. Keep it tangible. But that's the thing that's going to make you feel good. That's why when you do something, like you put on a load of washing, or you vacuum, or you iron, or you unpack the dishwasher, or load the dishwasher, or whatever it is, that you don't get that great feeling out of it. You know it's just pure procrastination. I mean, it's good that that job's done, but you don't get something because it's not a significant task. It's one of those tasks that you do daily. It has to be something bigger. Doesn't have to be the whole task, but part of the task. So, if you're feeling frustrated that you're not getting stuff done, don't do anything digital, because you won't have that tangible feeling. Do something tangible. You don't have to do the whole thing, do part of it. Right, I've repeated myself 3 times over, but that's the story. And I've shared it 3 times. And hopefully that validates the story. Do something. do something. Decide now. You've got 5 seconds to decide now what that thing's going to be. Don't have to start it in the 5 seconds. You won't, but you've got 5 seconds from now. The thing you're going to do is... Yeah, you know it. You know it. Right, make a start on it. That's it. Stuff everything else. Especially if it's on a laptop. There's no important work on a laptop. None. Unless you're at work right now and you're giving medical advice over the laptop, that's something different. You shouldn't even be watching this video if you're at work. I'm talking about all the stuff you do outside of work. None of that stuff counts. It's just lights on a screen and you press these buttons in a certain order and something else happens. Whoa. Now don't get me wrong. I spend a lot of my day on a laptop for my own personal business. But you gotta put it in a box. And it's not going to be fulfilling as doing something tangible. Get your hands shaping something, doing something. That's it. That's it. Going to the gym doesn't count, by the way, unless you haven't been to the gym for a month and you're worried about going back. Then it counts. But if you go to the gym daily, it doesn't count. Go to the gym anyway because you need it, or go for a walk or a run anyway because you need it. But it doesn't count unless you haven't done it for the last month and you've been worrying about it and procrastinating. If that's the thing, then do that. Go for a walk, go for a run. But that only counts as a half point. You need to do something that changes your environment. A task, a chore, something that's big that you've been thinking about. You don't have to do the whole thing. Do the smallest possible tangible part and get it done now. Right now, right now, right now. Why not? Right now. Why not? It's raining outside. Who cares? Let's go. Stay safe though. Stay safe. Catch you in the next one. If these tips are helpful, just hit subscribe. You hit subscribe, I'm considering that absolute payback. We are completely even. There's nothing else you owe me. Clicking subscribe takes a moment. What I'm offering you, hopefully it makes a tangible change for you, makes you feel so good. But don't worry. In my mind, those two things are even. Nothing you owe. Take care. Catch you in the next one.